Hey guys, I am back and I promised a top 10, so here I am. I've already done a top 10 favorite characters of all time, but now I'm going to be talking about my top 10 favorite supporting characters for the supporting roles, the one that helped either push the main character to do something or just kind of to help to explain a little bit of things, or one of the characters that comes in to save your ass throughout the story. And we're just going to start right off the bat. Number 10 here is Lily from Psychonauts, because half that story would not have happened if she hadn't wanted to freaking get together with Raz. And seriously, where's Psychonauts 2? That needs to happen eventually. You guys just left the ending of that game on a cliffhanger. Don't do that to us. Make a sequel if you're going to do that. Or make a comic series afterwards or something. You don't just stop. Moving on, is Riku from Final Fantasy X. And I specify Final Fantasy X because I feel like in 10, she had a little bit more depth to her character. She wasn't just a happy, bouncy, fun character like she seems to be in Final Fantasy X too. Next up is Pain, who of course is only from 10 2. So Pain, I liked Pain because you didn't really know a lot about Pain, and you didn't really like her when she first started. But then as you started to learn more, you kind of understood why she acted the way she did, and that made me like her. I know a lot of people really didn't like Pain, but I liked Pain. I mean, Pain's kind of cool to be honest. And then moving on, Final Fantasy. No, not Final Fantasy. No, God damn it. Number 7 is Riku from Kingdom Hearts 2 or Dream Drop Distance. I classify him as a supporting role for the vast majority of almost every single Kingdom Hearts game because the simple fact, while you don't have him and you can't play as him, the story is kind of driven by Sora's need to find him, to make sure he's okay, to do all this crap. Like he's looking for Riku and Kairi in the first game. He's looking for Riku in this through Chain of Memories, trying to remember things and find Riku. And well, Chain of Memories actually he's trying to he's struggling to try and remember things while looking for Riku and the King. Kingdom Hearts 2, he's looking for Riku and fighting off these Organization 13 assholes while still looking for the King. Why do I have to look for Riku and the King so much? This is 3 freaking games. Wow. Okay. Anyway, after that, you got, I believe it was Dream Drop Distance. Yeah. I mean, you're no longer looking for Riku, but now Riku's helping you through the dream world and thing, and stuff goes down. I haven't played all of Dream Drop Distance yet. Don't hate me. Moving on. This is coming from KOTOR 2. Number 6 here is Atten Rand. For those of you who don't know who Atten Rand is, he's the pilot guy, the smuggler, who has a really deep and dark past, man. He went in the wars with Revan. He went to the Mandalorian Wars. He fought in the Mandalorian Wars after Revan left and came back to conquer the Emperor, the Republic. He joined Revan again, and he got trained to kill Jedi's. And then a Jedi found out he could use the Force, warned him that they would turn him and do stuff, and then made him feel stuff, and then he killed her while feeling it, and then felt her die, and all that stuff. So it really deeply scarred him. And then he ran away, and he deserted, and he went to Nar Shaddaa, and all this stuff happened. And then, man, just so much about that character that you just don't know if you don't try to talk to him, and if you don't take him to Nar Shaddaa with you. If you don't go bring him with you on Nar Shaddaa, a lot of stuff does not happen. Like you can miss a lot of story about Atten Rand unless you're looking for it. I mean, it happened to me on accident my last playthrough of the game because I have the game here. I wasn't even trying to find it, and I was just like, "Oh crap, yeah, this happens if you have Atten Rand with you on Nar Shaddaa down in the refugee sector." Yeah, it's weird. Anyway, number 5. A lot of you are going to be confused by this. Dowd. I call him a supporting character for while yes, in the DLC you can play as Dowd, and that is his own little story, which is almost as epic as almost as epic as the original Dishonored. But in Dishonored, the game Dishonored, Dowd is a supporting character because if Dowd had never existed, had never shown up, had never been there, the entire game would never have happened. They would not have been able to have framed Corvo for killing the Empress. They wouldn't have been able to kill the Empress. Can you guys hear that? Or is it just me? I mean, I know there's like a bunch of high school bands here today for a band day thing, but that does not sound like drums to me. But maybe it is. I don't know. Are they marching? Hang on. Let me check. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Yep, there's a drum line not far from here going over cadences. Okay. Yeah. So that's what that is. I can hear it perfectly. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but there's a drum line out there practicing cadences. Moving on. Anyway, so yeah, Dowd. Dowd is a very important character for the Dishonored story because if he had not been there, none of that would have happened. Like, there would be no Dishonored game. He was a very driving force for the game. And the Brigmore Witches is kind of like a prequel side story, which is amazing. And it was an awesome story. I loved playing as Dowd. It was amazing. The Knife of Dunwall and Brigmore Witches. If you haven't played those two DLCs, play them. If you've already beaten Dishonored and you're wanting more, play through Dowd's story. And I challenge you to do it on low chaos because it takes forever. You thought doing the actual Dishonored on low chaos was hard? I did both on low chaos and on high chaos. I did everything both ways. I was like, I'm gonna kill everybody and see what happens, and then I'm gonna spare everybody and see what happens. So I got both endings. It was awesome. It was. But anyway, moving on to my list. Number 4 is Cat from DMC. Anyone who's played the DMC reboot remake thing, you'll understand why. Cat, she kind of makes Dante do things that kind of go against the original Dante character, which makes you kind of question it first. But then it kind of makes Dante a more likable character, and you start to relate more with Dante. But the relationship that you're building with Dante would never have happened if Cat hadn't been in the game, because it made Dante seem more human, which in the original 4 didn't really start happening till like number 3. Like in number 1 and number 2, Dante did not seem to give a fuck about humans, and then in number 3, he started to see them as actually really intelligent people and that they deserve to live. And well, that all happens in one game for the reboot. The reboot was in like hands down, it was incredible. And I love the DMC franchise. Like I loved the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one. This one just blew all of those out of the water for me. It is now my favorite Devil May Cry game ever. The art style, the fighting style, everything is just so intense and amazing. And it stayed true to the original DMC, the mission by mission gameplay. Yeah, it was nice. Okay, moving on. Number 3 should not surprise anyone. It's Garrus from all 3 Mass Effects. Doesn't matter if you're male or female, Garrus was the best bro in the world. He was just he's so intelligent and funny and sarcastic, and it's incredible how connected that Garrus and Shepard get throughout the game. Whether you be a Paragon or a Renegade, you can always have Garrus as like your best friend figure. And it's really awesome. And I love doing that because Garrus he's so cool. He's so freaking amazing. He just annihilates everyone with a freaking sniper rifle, and it's awesome. But and then what they did in Mass Effect 3 with the release of a DLC, they made Garrus a possible relationship, and so many people wanted to bang that alien. Whereas for me, I was like, nah, give me the almost bald, tattooed up lady. I want a woman with some issues. Which I was not expecting Jack to be included in the third game, but I went through all the games. I kept everyone alive. It was incredible. I had a relationship with Jack in both the second and the third game. The first game, I had no relationships. I was like, no. I was like, no, fuck that. I want Jack. And then, well, I got Jack, and I didn't ever think she would be in the third game, but she was. I was like, okay, all right. Because by the time I got the third game, I already had the first and second game, so I'd played through both like repeatedly. And yet, I can understand why people don't like the second game. It is a little bit slower paced, but once you start getting to the epic shit, it's intense. And you don't really have to do all that mining and shit if you don't really want to. Just upload your Mass Effect 1 character. You start off with bonus resources, dumbasses. That's why they make trilogies. You can upload the same characters every single time. But moving on, before I get on a rant on how stupid some people that hate Mass Effect can be, is going to be Red 13 from Final Fantasy VII. If any of you do not know who this freaking cat lion animal mutate thing is, he's a super intelligent animal that fucks shit up. Like, he's awesome. I don't know why I didn't really use him my first time playing Final Fantasy VII, but just recently, last time I was borrowing Rory's PS3, uh, he has Final Fantasy VII downloaded on his PS3. So I was playing through, and I got to the part where you got Red 13. I was like, I'm gonna try him out. I have me, Tifa, and Red, and so we're running through, and all of a sudden, a random battle happened, and he's awesome. He's freaking cool as shit, dude. He just murders everything. He like jumps through the air for a regular attack. He's like, and then his limit breaks are pretty cool looking too. I like the one that like gives your entire team like extra attack and shit. That one's awesome. But finally, number one on my list comes from KOTOR, the first KOTOR, not the second one. While he is in the second one, he's not the same. It's HK47, and the reason why I like HK47 so much is because if you are, even if you're good, neutral, or evil in Star Wars KOTOR, HK is always the same. He's always evil, and he's always hilarious. I will eliminate the filthy meatbags for you, Master. Walk up to them. Is there anyone you wish for me to kill, Master? Not yet, no. I was always, while I was a good guy in KOTOR, because it made the game longer and it made it a little bit more difficult, I was never actually opposed to killing anyone. So I was like kind of good, but never full good. So I was like halfway good. So my conversations with HK were always a little bit entertaining. And then I'd end up losing a few good points after talking to HK. So I had to go talk to like Bastila or Karth to go get good points back. Because I liked staying relatively in the same area. Like I didn't want to get too good, but I didn't want to get down in the neutral zone again because then it would cost more force points to use my heal. I really liked heal. But then again, being up in the good, it did cost more force points to use my lightning as well. And there's a bus outside now, probably picking up those band members. This is why I should never record on Saturdays, or at least not a Saturday when I know there's going to be a band day here. But anyway, that concludes my top 10 list for all my favorite supporting characters in gaming. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. If you want to see more, you can go ahead and click on my channel. It's over there. Over there. My bad. My camera is reversed. It's over there. Right. It's actually down, like right there ish. So say Dat Hippie, and when you move your thing over, it should be blue. If you guys hate my sarcastic remarks, go ahead and tell me in the comments. If you think that I should have included any other supporting characters from other games, go ahead and leave that in the comments. Or you can tweet me at DatHippie, no space. Or you can email me. I think. I don't know. It's dathippie@gmail.com. Literally. It is spelled exactly the same as my YouTube name. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here before I go completely insane and you guys go insane because I won't shut up. Anyway, bye. Peace out. I'll see you in the next video that I release later.